Okay, so I'm just shooting a little video here for the council members that are considering this fire pit, open fire ordinance, chimeneas or whatever. Just going to show you my fire pit area, which has been here forever, or at least a long time, and has never caused any problems, and is just a great little fire pit to have, to be able to sit out here at night and enjoy the stars and have a little fire. And it's and of course in our own yard, but close to the beach. It's a great thing that a lot of my friends, family, myself, and when we rent the property, a lot of guests enjoy that. So please understand that for these for the council people considering this fire ordinance, that part of what makes Folly Beach happen on a financial, economic sense is the fact that we can rent our properties to absorb and help pay the taxes and whatnot. And again, a lot of my guests enjoy having this fire pit here. Now, we do make sure there's a shovel, and just right over here there's a hose that easily reaches that area. Okay, so it's responsible. All right, so just giving my 2 cents about it, I think that it's absolutely the wrong path to have it such that you have to have a permit every time you want to have a fire. I mean, I understand the principle behind it, but in practical use, it's just ridiculous. What it's going to create is either people not having fires, which is decreasing our quality of life, and having the government even more controlling what we do on our own property, which is absolutely the wrong path for Folly Beach. I think it's also the wrong political path for anybody that wants to push such a thing. Just saying, okay? Beyond that, I mean, it's just impractical. So having to have a permit every single time, that's just the wrong path. Now, what would make a little more sense for safety reasons and whatnot is to perhaps have an annual inspection of a fire pit area that maybe even comes with like a $40 to $60 permit fee, where somebody's coming by and making sure that the fire pit is not underneath any kind of eave or anything, which obviously is dangerous, or that the chimney is not on some porch or something like that, because of course there is stupid people that will do stuff like that. But it's kind of bad to harm the people that aren't stupid with having to get a permit every time. And then if you don't get a permit, what are we gonna get, a fine for having a fire in a place that's been going on for decades? Okay, so again, I think the compromise for safety is to have it inspected, which I wouldn't mind paying $40 to $60 to have an annual inspection and have the fire pit approved. And that means that there's a water source close by to put it out, as well as a shovel, and that the fire pit itself is inspected and made sure that it's not a safety hazard. I think that's more than a sensible compromise. And I will say very strongly that if some sort of ordinance like this does pass, where there has to be a fire permit, I try not to get politically involved in things, but I absolutely will get involved in that. And whoever pushes forth such a ridiculous increase in government control and hassle and whatnot, I mean, that's going to be just made super public knowledge, and it's going to be a real debate issue on the next time that the council elections come up. What I would like to show and hope that the council may consider to shift its efforts towards, instead of things like worrying about who's having a fire in their own yard, what might be a good topic to cover is the beach erosion, which we've already had the renourishment here. This is around 10th block east, and already I'd say a good 20 feet have eroded in just about a month since they passed by our place. Okay, so that's not too good. Hopefully maybe there's an ability to get like a refund from these people or whatnot. And now, I'm not trying to be facetious here, but seriously, there's already been serious erosion of what's happened. In my estimate, what's happened will not last more than 2 to 3 years, and we'll be right back to the point where that water is washing up against here. We lost, just here on this property, over 28 feet of dune last year, okay? and that much has happened easily. There's been a fair amount already that's happened. It's very disturbing. I really think that should be the agenda of the council and everyone involved in Folly Beach, is to actually find a permanent solution to this erosion problem that we're having. Okay, let's get that problem fixed, and then let's talk about people's fire pits, maybe.